Now, a Target 12 investigators exclusive, cashing in on sick time, looking into controversial benefit paid to many city and state employees when they retire. For most in the private sector, sick time is only supposed to be used when you're not feeling well, have a sick child, or a doctor's appointment.
But for many city and state workers, unused sick time can be turned into cash at the end of their careers. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau reviewed sick time policies from cities and towns across the state. He's here with what he's learned.
It's part of a public sector employees' compensation package or a drain on taxpayer-funded budgets. It all depends on who you ask, and we asked both sides. Most of us either use our sick time within a given year or we lose it. We wanted to know more about why most firefighters, police officers, and other public employees get to bank unused sick time and cash it out at the end of their careers.
This is something that it really depends on which side of the table you sit on.
On the opposite side of the table, there are city and town administrators like Providence Public Safety Commissioner Stephen Perry.
And it's not just the city of Providence, it's everywhere in government.
Target 12 surveyed the state's largest fire departments and reviewed their contracts. We discovered varying amounts of public money going to retirees for unused sick time. Here's a range of what we found. Bristol allows their firefighters to accrue 120 days. Upon retirement, they're compensated for 50% of that. In Warwick, firefighters can accrue up to 140 sick days, with 75% of that paid upon retirement. But their contract also pays them annually for up to 15 unused sick days once they reach that 140 sick day limit. In Providence, there is no limit to how many unused sick days can be accumulated and paid out for firefighters hired before July 1st of 2012. The limit is 140 days for firefighters hired after that date.
I view it as an insurance policy. If you're healthy, great. You don't need to use any sick time. There shouldn't be a bonus for you at the end of your 30 or 40-year career.
Because of the dangers they face, police and firefighters who get hurt on the job can apply for Injured on Duty status, or IOD. That provides 100% of their pay until they're recovered and is separate from normal sick days.
If you're healthy.
While Perry and other administrators often try to change the benefit of sick time cash outs and lessen the blow on taxpayers, union leaders like Dowdy say the unused sick time payout should be looked at as part of the total compensation package.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a bonus, but it is compensation. It comes out at the end of your career, and at the time it was implemented, it was a trade-off. We'll give you this instead of raises, which have an immediate impact on the budget.
All the information we gathered will be online for you to review. Tonight at 6, how much is this costing on a local level and for the state? With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
New details in a Target 12 investigators exclusive, cashing in on sick time. For most of us, sick time is a matter of use it or lose it. Live at 5, we showed you how some public sector employees are paid for unused sick time when they retire.
New at 6, we break down exactly how much those payouts cost. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau has the details.
For most state and municipal employees, if you don't use your sick time, you don't lose it. And we found out it adds up for them and taxpayers. Target 12 asked for the total cost of accrued sick time payouts for state workers who've retired in recent years. In 2014, 100 retired and received almost $1 million in payouts. In 15, 142 retirees received just under $1.5 million. And last year, 128 retirees received just over $1.4 million. Overall, that's an average of more than $10,000 per retiree.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a bonus.
Providence Firefighters Union President Paul Dowdy tells us the payout should be looked at as part of the employee's total compensation package. And he says private sector employees who argue cut out the cost are looking at it the wrong way.
From our point of view, it's not something we say we should have it, only we should have it. We think all workers should have it.
On the other side of the debate, Providence Public Safety Commissioner Stephen Perry.
And it's not just the city of Providence, it's everywhere in government.
And other municipal administrators.
If we have 15 or 20 retire and they were relatively healthy and have an accrued sick time of 140 days, do the math, that's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Perry's office did the math for us for Providence police and firefighter retirees for fiscal year 2016 that ended in June. Sick accrual payouts for police added up to almost $500,000. Firefighter payouts for fiscal 16 totaled more than $1.7 million. We're told a larger than normal number of fire department retirees spiked that payout last year, which totaled almost $2.2 million for both departments.
I view it as an insurance policy. If you're healthy, great. You don't need to use any sick time. There shouldn't be a bonus for you at the end of your 30 or 40-year career.
But that doesn't take away our strong belief that all workers should enjoy this benefit.
There are no indications that the accrued sick time benefit is going away, although several municipalities have reduced the number of sick days that can be accrued. We have a link online right now where you can see how much time your municipal employees can accrue. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.